So here we have a stillwater catamaran from Mount St. Joe that they've got leaking problems with it, and I'm not really sure like how much the leaking problems are. But we washed this thing off. It just came in, and when you look at this guy, for instance, right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but when you press on there, watch your hand, that gap opens right up. So this pontoon flexes so much that if you're pounding on water and the water's spraying right up in there, it definitely could be a leak. So as you go around the perimeter of this thing, you can see even here there's some cracks at the seam where the deck meets the hull. Now going to the bottom of the pontoon here, you can see that there's a big chunk missing out of it here, but that's not the leak. And you can see there's large pieces of the gel coat that are off here, lots of side scratches. And every once in a while on the seam you can see a spot where it looks like it could be leaking. Hard to say. And then coming down this pontoon here, you can see how it's really eaten up. It's down to the substrate, which side to side scratches, so I'm not sure how that's happening. And you see the back of it here is pretty messed up. And again, you can see this line, and that line is probably dirt that's trapped in there. So I am uncertain whether they make these pontoons and then glue them to the deck. I'd say I'd call them up and ask them, but every time I've ever called Stillwater, they never, ever have returned a phone call, so I'm not going to waste my time with them. And then when you look on the transom right there, there's a big hunk of glue missing. Now this pontoon isn't as bad as the other one, however there are big chunks missing out of it. And I'm guessing somebody tried to work on it because there's a little bit of paint I can see right there. And these things really are supposed to be bottom painted when they're going to live in the water. Now you can see there's a large scratch. Runs almost the whole length of the pontoon here. And again, when you look down here, and we just washed this boat off, so where the seam is, dirt probably gets in there. Now to dig out this whole joint and redo is just like, that's not happening. Because that is just a huge project. So once we talk to the customer and figure out what exactly they want us to do, we'll address the bottom first. And then you can see on this pontoon here is a couple hunks missing out of the gel coat. Because then ultimately we'll turn this thing over and check out the top end. But like I said, these things traditionally leak. Every one that's ever come in here leaks. I don't know why people buy them, they leak so much.